Good evening, and welcome to the Asheville City Council meeting. Okay, folks, we only have one item on our agenda tonight, and that is a resolution authorizing the city manager to apply for and receive funds from the Federal Emergency Management Agency to recover costs associated with the COVID-19 pandemic event and to designate the applicant agents. So we originally weren't scheduled to have a meeting tonight, but then it became apparent that we needed to take care of this one item, obviously. So we're going to just have a quick meeting to take care of it. So do I have a motion to adopt the resolution?
So moved.
Second. All right, I have a motion and a second.
Should we hear from Scott?
Do you want to if yes, sure.
I mean, he put the uniform on and everything.
Members of council, thank you for meeting tonight for this item. What this resolution allows for is our city manager to apply for funds to recover our COVID-19 pandemic response expenses. We have close to $80,000 to date of direct costs and about the same in labor costs as well. Be happy to answer any questions.
All right, any questions?
And does that include, how is that everything? Like, does that include the costs related to the transit system that we've incurred? It's broad, it's everything. Sorry.
No, absolutely. It is very broad, but
okay.
What we will be eligible to apply for is only COVID-related expenses. So any of our usual expenses.
Sure.
Right.
But
so
like
anything above and beyond that, yes.
Putting the guards on the buses and additional cleaning and all of that.
Yes.
Kind of stuff
And again, y'all know this, but being eligible to apply and actually receiving the funds are not the same thing. So.
Okay. Right. We won't know the results for how long, do you think?
So interesting about this pandemic event, typically as y'all are familiar, it usually takes 12, 18 months sometimes for federal reimbursements. This event is much quicker, and so the reason for the expedience of meeting tonight, the applications are being processed as they come in. And so...
so the sooner we get it in, the better.
Yes, yes. And so theoretically, we could start receiving reimbursements in a matter of weeks. Like amend our application? Or? That is correct. And so two different strategies, one in time periods and also projects.
And is this is under the CARES?
So this is separate. This will be Stafford Act funding through FEMA, yes. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And does it also include, sorry, gosh, that's really loud, lost revenue or just out-of-pocket expenses?
Sure. Right. Only actual out-of-pocket expenses. Okay. Correct.
It's too bad.
Good. So most of that $80,000 that we have spent has been on personal protective equipment, so that's a really good example. We will continue to spend money on personal protective equipment, so we're going to go ahead and that project apply for reimbursement for whatever we have spent to date. Running total, a month from now we'll do that. Again, similarly with labor, our overtime costs across all of the city, that would be a project that month by month we would submit. And once we get our application in the portal, then it becomes more automated. So.
Do you know how much the overall pot of FEMA money is, how big that is that's available to local government?
And for Stafford Act, I do not. There's obviously, as y'all are aware, the CARES Act, and it's $750, and so there's a lot of different, but specific to this one, I do not know the exact.
Okay, any other questions? All right, thank you.
All right, thank you.
Okay, all those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Aye. Any opposed? No, okay.
You might mention we had no public comment on this.
And yes, that's right. We used the same public comment format this time as we did last time and allowed an opportunity for people to leave us voicemail messages, and we did not receive any.
I just want to say I appreciate the staff always being attuned to these opportunities because I know there's other communities out there that are not quite as attuned, so I appreciate that.
Yeah. Okay, and with that, we are adjourned.